Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 11 of Holiday Dog Wisdom Almanac. Today, we're talking about the dangers in some of the everyday decorations that we use at the holidays. And we need to remember that our dogs are naturally very curious. If there's anything novel in the environment, you can count on the fact that your dog is going to be curious about it and he's going to want to investigate. So how do we handle that with all of these new things, these decorations everywhere? How do we handle that? Number one, supervise. Don't assume that your dog will leave something new and different and to him fascinating. Don't assume he's going to leave it alone. You need to supervise him and redirect him away from things that you don't want him to get into. Another thing that works really well is simply physical boundaries. You can put up gates, you can close doors. You can use a crate if you can't directly supervise your dog. There are lots of things you can do, but you need to pay attention to the things that your dog is likely to pay attention to so that you can prevent things from going sideways. And finally, if your dog is fascinated by something new, decorations or gifts or whatever, you can redirect his attention with something that might be just as interesting, if not more interesting to him. A special toy, a stuffed Kong, something exciting to chew on, all kinds of things that you can do to redirect your dog's attention. So what are some of the things that could get the dog in trouble? Here's a list. A lot of this is pretty obvious, but batteries. If you have a new device or a new gift that comes with batteries, might be interesting for the dog. Definitely do not want dogs chewing on batteries. Electric cords, same thing. The lights that decorate your tree or other decorations around the house, you want to watch that the dog doesn't get curious and chew on a cord or knock something down. Glass ornaments or breakable ornaments, hang them up where they're out of the dog's reach, or just don't use breakable stuff around the dog, but that's up to you. Be careful about homemade ornaments also. You don't know what kinds of things are being used, and they might smell really interesting and different to the dog, so you may want to chew on them, and you don't know what kind of toxic things might have been used, whether it's paint or glue or some other part that was used to put together that homemade ornament. Tinsel and ribbon and string, really bad. Dogs like to play with that stuff, and if they swallow it and it wads up into something indigestible, you could have some major emergency room trip and possibly bowel obstruction surgery in that dog's future. So definitely do not want to let that happen. Also, wrapping paper, the tape or the glue or paper you don't, dogs are fascinated by paper. I have one that loves paper, so you want to make sure that you get that all out of the way. Also, small parts to decorations or to gifts, yarn, same thing as the string and the tinsel and so forth, and tape, none of these things belong in a dog's digestive tract. So just be super careful about that. And also lighted candles. You just don't want a dog knocking over something that's on fire. So be really, really careful about that thing. And I have one big piece of advice that pretty much covers everything. And here it is. Never assume. Never assume that, the dog's gonna be okay. The dog's gonna leave that alone, no problem. That assuming is never a good idea. And finally, I want to remind you that until the end of this month, you can get my complete guide to winter holiday dog safety. Covers all of the things that I covered in these videos the last several days, but in more detail with links to important lists and articles and charts and things that are super, super helpful. You also have a mobile app. So if you want to check something at the very last minute, you can definitely do that. You don't need to click on this link. I will post it in the description to the for the YouTube video, so you'll be able to click on it there. Remember, 40% off until the end of the month. So that's it for today. One more video, guys, and tomorrow the video is going to be about traveling with your dog. Some stuff that you may not have thought about in advance, but will be super, super helpful. So that's it for now, and I'm going to see you guys for one more video tomorrow. Bye for now.